Hey guys, Starcraft here, and I threw together a little map to show you all how to properly inject using queens as a Zerg player. I read another batch of my comments in my YouTube messages, and it's one of the most common things that people are asking for is another tutorial on injecting. Now I have an old tutorial on injecting, but it's kind of hard to find and it doesn't get straight to the point, so I'm going to do that in this video and go over a couple situations that might occur with kind of hatchery placements and things like that when injecting. So here we go. First of all, my hotkeys, I like to use 1, 2, and 3 for my unit groups. I like to use 4 for all of my hatcheries. And then I will hotkey each individual queen after 4 to 5, 6, 7, and so on. This guy will be 8. A lot of times you only have 3 hatcheries, sometimes 4. But, you know, injecting once you get past the 3 hatchery point isn't as important because you'll have so much larva anyway, but still it's a good habit to get into. So now that I have them hotkeyed to 5, 6, 7, and 8 with 4 hatcheries, all you have to do is just hit 5, 5. Let's say I'm over here, I've got a bunch of units. 5, 5, V-click. 6, 6, V-click. 7, 7, V-click. 8, 8, V-click. And I like to actually hotkey my hatcheries with the queens as well, because what that will do is center the hatchery into your screen when you click on them, or when you press the hotkey twice. See how it centers it pretty well? And also, if you only want to produce out of one hatchery, all you have to do is press 5, 5, tab, and let's say, okay, I want to make drones in this hatchery, nowhere else. I want to make drones. Well, I could. And let's say, oh, I want to make overlords over here for whatever reason. 6, 6, tab, and then I'm selecting that hatchery. So it does two things to hotkey them both with the same hotkey, the hatchery and the queen. It centers them on the screen, and it allows you to produce, you know, units out of specific hatcheries. So now let's see that a little bit faster. I'm going to do 5, 5V, 6, 6V, 7, 7V, 8, 8V, click. So let me go over here. 5, 5V, click. And just like that, I've injected 4 hatcheries in, what, 1 second? And that's really all you have to do. Just practice getting fast. Now I've seen a lot of players, they'll kind of pause. They'll be like 5, 5V, click. 6, 6V, click. 7, 7V, click. 8, 8V, click. To like get the timing down, just try to do everything as fast as you can. So 5, 5V, click. 6, 6V, click. 7, 7V, click. And so on. There shouldn't really be any delay. You shouldn't have to wait after a click or wait after anything else. So yeah, let's do it one more time. See how fast I did that. No pause at all, just go straight from each hatchery to the next hatchery. So that's the first most common situation, just single hatcheries. Another situation would be to have maybe an auxiliary hatchery and you'll have 2 queens or maybe even just 1 queen doing it. So first off, let's try it with 2 queens. I'm going to hotkey these to 5. And now if you have 2 hatcheries right next to each other, you don't have to have separate hotkeys. I don't have to make this 6 and this 7. You can just make them both 6. They will be smart enough to inject at the one that's closest to them. Make this one 7. So, I'm over in my army doing stuff. 5, 5V, click, 6, 6, oh, missed it. And that, this is exactly why you want to hotkey your hatchery with it. I'm going to do that again because the hatchery wasn't in the center of the screen. It was kind of up to the side like that. So, 5, 5V, click, it's already injected. 6, 6, now just V, click, V, click. And see how they go to the closest one, 7, 7V, click. And again, I don't have my hatchery hotkeyed, so it wasn't in the center of the screen for me. So I'm going to wait for them to pop and do that hopefully a little more successfully this time around. No, it wasn't the best example right there, just because I forgot to hotkey the hatchery with the queen. There we go. Now it's in the center. And once these pop, I'll go over it once more. The only difference is 5, 5V, click, 6, 6, V, click, V, click. That's the only difference right there. Alright, so 5, 5V, click, 6, 6, V, click, V, click, 7, 7, V, click. Yeah, and that's all there is to it if you have an auxiliary hatchery. Now, if you're going to do it with 1 queen on 2 hatcheries, which can happen, sometimes you will store up enough energy to be able to inject 2 hatcheries with 1 queen for a while. It's really just the same thing. You want to click the one she's next to first, so you can immediately give the order to go to that one. Or if she's like out here, for example, I'll show you in just a second here. So I'm doing 5, 5V, click, 6, 6. Now you want to do V, click, and then hold shift, and then press V, click again. So V, click, hold shift, V, click. And it's really that fast. She'll inject that one, pause for a second, go to the next one. It's easier if you can just do V, click, and then not have to hold shift because she's already injected the close hatchery, and then 7, 7, V, click. Finally, another common situation is to have just so many hatcheries for queens, you can't really hotkey them all. I like to hotkey my evolution chambers to 9 to get upgrades really fast, but in this case you can see my queens are going all the way up to 0. But let's pretend I don't have a 9 and a 0 hotkey. This is where it gets tricky. All you can really do is just, you know, select the area and then just drag select your queens. I haven't really mastered a technique for this. I know there's the backspace method. I hate that. I think the backspace method is just so terrible. And I'm not going to be recommending you guys do that, but, you know, if you do have this many queens, this many hatcheries, you might want to consider not hotkeying 9 or 0 to anything but your queens, and just follow the same method. So 5, 6, 7, these two can be 8, these two can be, this guy can be 9, she can be 0, and you're going to have to lift your hand off the keyboard. 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once again, I forgot to hotkey the hatcheries, but I adapted. And that's really all there is to it. Of course, this is the method I use. When I created this method, I was happy enough to find that Idra uses the exact same method. That's kind of something I've been prideful about for a long time, and I make sure everyone knows that I use the same method as Idra, and I didn't even know he did it that way. But whatever you guys use, maybe it works for you better than this, but this is what I use. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I already said that. This queen is sexy. I'm going to go ravage her around the corner. Goodbye.